Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Crypto Bull God proudly presents to you the Bitcoin Crypto Weekly Close for August 7th, 2022. Welcome in. I am CBG, and you know what? We're going to be doing this live stream as many weeks as I can do it. I can't promise you what weeks I will be available, but I thought something pretty cool to do would be the weeks that I'm here when the market closes on a Sunday. I mean, honestly, I'm doing the same thing that if I wasn't live streaming, I would be literally doing the same thing if I was sitting here by myself. I would pull up all these charts and be like, okay, what is the weekly close doing for all these charts? So, I figured I would live stream it and help to educate anybody who's interested. So if you appreciate the content, by the way, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. Hey, you can engage with me if there's something you want me to chart out on the weekly. I'll chart it out on the weekly. This is purely a technical analysis-driven live stream, so we're not going into fundamental questions if Bitcoin's going to take over the world or XRP is going to flip Ethereum. We're not going into that. We're just going to look at the charts. So thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your viewership. So, I'm thinking, I got this mini fridge behind me, so help me decide here. So I got three choices, all right? I have LaCroix. I have a diet, it looks like a diet Sprite Zero, which is really tasty. Michelob Ultra, which is essentially water, and I have a protein shake. So drop a comment on what I should have besides my water, because I'm undecided, although I really don't want the protein shake. So, But I hope everybody is having a great weekend. Tomorrow is Monday. As the late Kerry Hawthorne once would say, he was my late best friend. He was taken from this life way too early. As he used to say to me way early on Monday mornings. I mean, I would stroll into the gym at 5:30 in the morning. This guy used to get there at 4:30. He always beat me there. And I'd stroll into the gym, and it was 5:30 in the morning, and he would look at me on a Monday morning, and he'd come up to me, and he had all this energy. He would come up to me and be like, "Hey, Sean, best day of the week!" And, I didn't really appreciate it. The caffeine, the pre-workout did not kick in. And I would look at him with a glare in my eye really? Yep, good to see you. So, we're starting off the week right. Monday is the best day of the week, right? We all love our jobs. We all love the rat race of the 9 to 5. Come on. You love that rat race. Monday is the best day of the week. Keep telling yourself that. We're gonna take a look at some charts. So the premise is what we're going to do is as soon as the weekly candle closes, which will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to take a look at several. I had counted more than 20 charts that we're going to take a look at. So we're not going to be on here for 2 hours. We're going to be on here for around an hour. We'll be on here probably till around 9 p.m. And then I'm going to cut things off. But we're going to... Good morning, Duncan! Have yourself a cup of coffee. Do you think I should have a LaCroix? Do you think I should have a LaCroix? Do you think I should have a Diet Sprite, a Michelob Ultra, which is essentially water, or a protein shake, which I really don't want? So let's rule out the protein shake. Do you think I should be drinking a LaCroix, a light beer, or a Diet Sprite? I'm going to leave it up to you. Actually, Duncan, I want you to get back to me and you let me know. Your meeting has been delayed by 30 minutes. Sweet. DT, do you work from home? You work from home, DT? So DT is one of my longtime followers, and I appreciate his engagement. So, and I appreciate everyone's engagement. So I appreciate everybody who's been here for a while. I appreciate everybody here who's been new to the channel. So as I was saying, what we're going to do is I'm essentially going to do with you what I would be doing on a Sunday if I had time to myself. I'm going to be taking a look at several charts, and all of the charts will be on a weekly basis. We're not looking at a 3-day chart. We're not looking at a 12-hour chart, as you know that I really appreciate. A 1-day chart, a monthly chart. No, we are looking at we're going to be looking at a weekly chart. It's Monday a.m. Yes, I know you're ahead of time, DT, but you have to tell me, I'm going to my mini fridge. Am I having a LaCroix, a Diet Sprite, or a Michelob Ultra? This is no pressure, my friend, but it's up to you. I see 2 likes. Thank you so much. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. I will also chart anything out on a weekly basis that you'd like me to take a look at. We'll look at the price indicators. We'll look at the price action. And I will tell you unbiasedly what we are looking at. So I hope everyone had a nice weekend, like I said. Mine was pretty chill. I got to catch up with 2 of my friends. I was hoping to catch up with another friend of mine, but too long of a story to go into. Did not catch up with him, unfortunately. But I do I have a stuttering issue? I did get to catch up with 2 of my other friends, which was really nice. By the way, real quick before we get into the charts here, one of my buddies, it's a light beer night for you. Well, you know what? That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go back to the old mini fridge here, and I'm going to have myself a light beer. So EAGLES all the way. I don't know if you can see that back there, but no, you can't see the mini fridge. You probably can't see it. EAGLES all the way. For those who have been subscribed here for a long time, I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So grew up in the Northeast. Clearly, you can tell I grew up near Philadelphia. So don't need to share that much. Clearly, that's pretty obvious at this point, right? So cheers, everybody. I am having a sparkling water, pretty much. No, what I was going to get into is one of my friends, actually, who he might actually be watching right now. Someone that I caught up with today, he's actually a mechanic, and one of the interesting things he was telling me, for all you Tesla enthusiasts out there, I was sharing with him that combustible engines, and this is like, I mean, this is a noob talking to a pro and expert. The dude who has maintained the 2001 Acura Integra that I drive, the guy that is responsible for allowing me still to drive my prized possession till this day. That car has probably become too valuable to me. It's like a third arm for me. So if anything ever happens to that car, I'll probably die inside. But anyway, I was sharing with him that I viewed combustible engines as an investment opportunity, because soon they're going to be outlawed, and EV cars, electronic, vehicles, that's going to be the way of the future, and that's the way the government is going. And basically what he was sharing with me is there's a lot of flaws in that technology. And he was also sharing with me some other, he didn't see that happening. So I place a lot more weight on his opinions than my own, because he knows a lot more than me. But the other interesting thing that he was sharing with me, for all you Tesla enthusiasts out there, hey, Brendan, welcome in. 10 a.m. cup of tea. What type of tea are you having? I'm curious. One of the interesting things he was sharing with me is that you pretty much have to get your Tesla car serviced at a Tesla dealership, and they have a lot of quality of control issues. Not the best place to get your car serviced. So that was really, really interesting to hear. For everyone who has newly joined the live stream here, we are closing in 4 minutes. Thank you for joining. Hit the thumbs up button, please. I'm only seeing 2 likes at the moment. Please hit the thumbs up button. Engagement is going to help to spread the content and ensure that I can continue moving forward doing this stuff, because it does take up a lot of time. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. All right, here we go now. So we have 3 minutes until the market closes. One of the things, I'm going to scroll here, one of the things that I have, by the way, if you were here for the Bitcoin Crypto Happy Hour, I have successfully navigated putting the camera up. So to my dismay, I had accidentally not put the camera up before. So I was toggling back and forth between the actual camera app on my computer and the window I had up, which was quite annoying. So I'm glad I was able to figure out the technology enough to put the camera up. Where was I going with this? Yes, I had tweeted out this tweet right here, which has gotten a little bit of recognition. I just tweeted this out. It's becoming laughable how many people are blindly following others calling for an 8 to 10 Bitcoin. What you have to understand before I get to the rest of this tweet is there are plenty of people out there, most people, who don't do their own education and research. And what they do is they see someone with 100,000 or 300,000 followers on Twitter, and that person has 1 or 2 correct calls, And so all of a sudden they're God. And so they will follow blindly what these people say, which is just, I mean, when you think about it, that's moronic. I mean, when you really think about it. But anyway, have fun. This is my own sentiment right now based on the market, okay? Again, I've been here since late 2017 studying the market. I've been invested since 2018. I was here for the 18-19 correction. I was here for the beer virus correction, okay? So this is my own personal educated view, okay? And again, one thing I want to stress on this channel as we get into 2 minutes until the close, nothing here is financial advice. We're all big boys and big girls. We're all going to make our own personal financial decisions. I'm looking to educate and to help. That's it, all right? None of this is financial advice. Just so you can discern, we're all big boys and big girls here. So my own personal sentiment is that people are blindly following others, calling for this 8 to 10,000 call, which I feel much more confident at this point. It's several weeks out prior to my original call that we most likely bottomed. I feel a lot more confident at this point based on the charts I'm looking at. That's not going to happen. And I'm saying have fun FOMOing at when Bitcoin passes 30,000, and then have fun being salty when we see some selling pressure and you're like, fuck, I knew we were going to go lower, and you sell when we correct to 23.5, and then have fun feeling even more salty when Bitcoin passes 42,000 and you buy in and you lose out. Emotion is a money killer. I've been there. I've lost money. I've been emotional with my investments and I've lost money. I know that feeling. And I'm really sincerely trying to pass this information along to you so you don't make the same mistakes I have made and most people have made. But you know what the reality is, though? As much as I can sit here, hit the thumbs up button, by the way. I see 8 viewers. Thank you for all new who are joining. Hit the thumbs up button. Help me out as a content creator. Drop a comment here if you have a question. Earl Grey. Woo! Captain Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation. Nice, Brendan. I am a Star Trek The Next Generation fan, so appreciate Earl Grey. No, Earl Grey. Tea. Hot. Or was it tea? No. Captain Picard used to say, the crypto fearbringer would be able to correct me on this. Tea. Earl Grey. Hot. That's what he used to say. So, yeah, I've rewatched Star Trek The Next Generation many, many times in syndication and on Amazon Prime. No, but emotion is a money killer, but the reality is most of you will make these mistakes, and you're not going to learn until you make the mistakes. Oftentimes what happens is you can't tap someone on the shoulder. You got to hit them over the head before they realize what it is they're doing wrong. I can say that is true in life. That is true in so many facets of life as it is with investments. You can share with someone what you see and just an educational observation and try to educate someone. Oftentimes people will not listen to you. They're very stubborn. They're very naive. They have to go through hardships until they recognize things. So you can only do so much. But anyway, this is what I see. I see people getting salty. They're going to FOMO in when we pass 30,000. They're going to sell when it corrects, saying, I knew it was going to go lower. I knew it. I never should have bought. They're going to FOMO back in at 42,000 plus. So that's my own personal educated view. It is 8:01. We have closed. Let's take a look at these weekly closes. Now, the first chart I want to take a look at, which is pretty typical here, would be the Bitcoin weekly chart. Now, these are Heikin-Ashi candles. I had tweeted about this before, but the Heikin-Ashi candles are going to, typically what they're going to show you, let's get off the RSI here. Let's just look at the price action. Typically what they're going to show you are trend reversals. So as we turn red, okay, this is a leading indicator to tell you we might have a downtrend. When we turn green, it's a leading indicator to tell you we might be going up, okay? So it's different from a regular candlestick, these Heikin-Ashi candles as they're called. Now, the thing I'm pointing out here, I'm not just pointing out when we've had a Heikin-Ashi turn green. In this chart, and this is why it's important that you follow me at Twitter, on Twitter at Crypto Bull God. By the way, you can follow me on Twitter at Crypto Bull God. You can follow me on TradingView at Crypto Bull God, as well as Instagram at Crypto Bull God. I do a lot of gym stuff on Crypto Bull God, like motivational gym stuff, which is equally as important. Your mental and physical health are equally important, in my opinion, and your financial health. It's all equally important. But anyway, What I'm pointing out here are not just changes in the color of the Heikin Ashi candle to signal a trend reversal. The other important fact, again, I want to highlight, every chart we're looking at is a weekly chart. I'm not going to restate this over and over again. Every single chart, for those new who are joining, thank you, hit the thumbs up button. We're looking at a weekly chart. This is the weekly close for the week, all right? What I'm also pointing out is price action at the 200 simple moving average. And the thing I'm highlighting here is when we have turned green, let's go back to 2018. You can see we turned green here temporarily for 2 candles turned red. But once we turned green again, we had a significant rise in price. About 350% is what I'm showing here. Again, when we came down to the 200 simple moving average on the weekly, when we turned green here, okay? Again, there was some temporary, a little bit of red here, but when we turned green for the first time, a 1,106 multiple return. So that's an 11x from our bottom, okay? And the price returns I'm measuring these at, I felt the most appropriate price return level to measure this at was the bottoming candle where the 200 simple moving average was at. The point is, when these things have turned green, we've seen monumental returns in Bitcoin and the rest of cryptocurrencies. Look what has happened here. We have turned green. So the bullish thing to see here on our weekly close, not only have we continued green candles in the Heikin Ashi candles, we're above the 200 simple moving average. That is so critical. When we close, moving averages are such critical lines on a chart. They act as lines, areas of support when we're above and areas of resistance when we're below. So you can see right here, we wicked above, but now we're above the line with candle bodies, 2 candle bodies in a row. This is very bullish and very positive to see in the price. Let's see what other weekly candles I have up here. Yeah, I think the point, let me see here. I think the point of this candle here, again, we're at historic lows in RSI. We're not going to focus on RSI, but the RSIs were at historic levels. What I was attempting to do here was to say, historically, as our weekly candles have gotten near the 200 SMA, and they're right at the 200 SMA, these are the returns we've seen the past 2 times. 300 and, we're going to call it 340. We're going to call it 1100. Okay, I think it was 350 on the other chart. Whatever, 340, 350, and 1100. I took the average of those 2 returns and said, okay, what if we got a 700% return? Well, you're looking at something around $180,000 Bitcoin, which would line up where I think where Bitcoin will top at the next leg, around 2 to 250. Okay, so I think I said 150 to 250. I think I said 150 to 250. So that aligns with that. This perhaps, the last Bitcoin weekly chart we're going to look at, this is the one that is very telling. And this is the one that really leaves me feeling very confident in terms of this being a generational buying opportunity. This is looking at the weekly Bitcoin chart with the Mayer multiple. The Mayer multiple, very simply defined. It's a very easy concept to understand. It's literally looking at a ratio. Okay, I know a lot of people get freaked out by fractions. This is not difficult, I promise you. It's looking at a ratio. It's looking at the Bitcoin price as the numerator and the 200 simple moving average as the denominator. It just looks at what those 2 values divided by one another equate to. That's all it's doing. So that's what this is here. And as you can see, anytime we've hit, let's look at the Mayer multiple. Anytime we've gotten in this green area, it has represented a generational buying opportunity. 2015, 2018, 19, 2020, and now 2022. Again, as long as you're not looking to outsmart the market, as my good friend that I just met up with, talking about trying to buy Bitcoin and sell it at a certain point. As long as you're not trying to outsmart the market and you really zoom out on the charts and you look at a macro perspective, what you would recognize by this simple Mayer multiple is that we are at historical generational lows. And all we can do is use past data to make inferences about the future, right? And what this is telling us is that if we're willing to be patient, and not even patient for a long period of time, what, a year, 2 years? If we're willing to be patient, this will pay off handsomely. Bitcoin should, by the green arrow, appreciate to a value that far exceeds the 200 simple moving average. Now let's take a look at the price data, okay? This is just a beautiful chart. Every time we've gotten near this 200 simple moving average, we've gravitated towards it and skyrocketed up. 2020 went below it temporarily, skyrocketed up. 2022 got below it temporarily, and I'm hypothesizing, just based on the data, not based on my wishes or hope, based on the data, skyrocketing up. Okay, for all the new viewers, I appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment so that I can continue doing the live streams. Ethereum. Couple things to look at here. First, let's look at the price data. First off, with a lot of these charts, I'm actually going to skip to quant right after this. Quant. There was a joke that went off in my head, but it's not appropriate for this channel. Okay. Quant Financial. The things I think of. I may be whatever age I am, but sometimes I'm still a 16-year-old kid, aren't we all? This is Ethereum. Now, anytime you have an area of descending resistance, this is the first area you really need to break. Now, typically what likes to happen with these descending lines of resistance, we like to break up and backtest it, which is actually when the price decreases in value and backtests this as support and moves up, it creates market structure, and it's actually extremely bullish, okay? People who don't read charts don't realize this, all right? We have a major area of resistance. Look, touch, candle bodies, wicks, candle bodies, wicks, wick, candle bodies. There's a major area of resistance right around $1,700, and we're literally at the open of our weekly. This is a bullish hammer, by the way. This last weekly close for Ethereum, bullish hammer candle. We are right at resistance, and I'm going to turn that bad boy into support because it looks like we're just above it, but maybe a little premature, but it looks like we're just above it. But 1,700 is a major area of resistance at the moment since we got below it. When we break 1,700, look for this descending line. That's the next major area, this descending line of resistance to act as resistance. So depending when we hit it, you're looking at price levels between, I don't know, right around it just depends when we hit it, 22, 23, 2,400, somewhere around there. So that's going to be our next area. Again, you can pull up TradingView. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this stuff. You can pull up a TradingView of a weekly chart and draw this line. Just draw it from, here to here. Just make sure it doesn't go through candle bodies. Draw the descending line of resistance. That's the next line once we get above 1,700 for Ethereum. Now, quant is the next one I wanted to talk about. I've had some questions on this. I've tweeted about it at Crypto Bull God. Quant has done exactly, you have good calls and you have bad calls. This for me was a very good call. Quant has done exactly what I said it needed to do and would probably do. What do I mean by that? We broke the descending line, see? The descending line of resistance. Now, I just talked about this with Ethereum. Quant seems to sort of be leading the way, okay? It was an earlier runner before. It seems to be leading the way. We've run up. We've back tested right here. Do you see this? Let me redraw this because there's a lot of lines. We broke out. We back tested as support. We created market structure. This is very bullish. We didn't break down here. We held this area as support and we've moved up. So the question for quant is, and quant is really showing us the way for a lot of other cryptocurrency projects that are going to do the exact same thing, is just front running other projects. That's all. So if I looked at weekly price levels here, what would be the next areas of resistance and support I would be looking at? And again, the thing I want to stress here on this channel is I'm not getting cute with price targets. I'm not picking a specific price target. There are price zones, especially in a market, okay, that is highly volatile. There are zones of resistance and support, not a specific dollar point. I'm not coming on this channel and saying, okay, the next zone of resistance is $177.86. No, you know what? It's like 170 to 180. That's what I would say, all right, if I was drawing this area of resistance, all right? It's a zone of resistance, ladies and gentlemen, okay? If you appreciate the content, by the way, look, this is a small channel right now. I plan on putting a lot more content out in the future, okay? And I have a lot of aspirations to grow this channel. If you appreciate it, share the content, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, okay, so that I can continue churning out the content for you. I'm authentic, I'm genuine, I'm educated, and I'm trying to help everybody out. So if you appreciate it, hit the thumbs up button, all right? So I'm seeing an area of resistance right around 178, okay? There's another area, major area of resistance, I would say, there's a couple. And if you start flipping time zones, if you start flipping time frames, you'll see that the areas of resistance and support differ. But I would say these are your next major areas. You're looking at around 136, 135, whatever, 150, we'll call this 150, and around 170 to 180, okay? So those are the next areas of resistance you want to look for. But this thing, Quant Financial looks very, very bullish right now. I think it's at number, let's see here. Quant Financial moved all the way up to what, 41? 43. It's right behind one part of the Holy Crypto Trinity, H-bar. Might I turn your attention to the Holy Crypto Trinity, which is H-bar 1. I'm not a flip-flopper like some people. And Mana Decentraland. So if you have held those investments since 2020, you have done pretty fucking well, let me tell you. Okay, so that was Quant Financial. Now, the last thing I want to touch on before I get off Quant, we really want to see this. I have it drawn at roughly, let's call it $90. You really want to see roughly $90 hold as support. Again, if a candle wicks below and comes back up, that doesn't mean anything. Actually, well, it does mean a lot, but you don't want to concern yourself if the price if the price levels wick below and close back up. We need candle bodies to close above resistance. Remember, because candle wicks are an expression of what? Volatility. All right, let's get to some comments here before I get into the next chart, which we're going to get into the Holy Crypto Trinity and take a look at those. What's up, Steady? Bitcoin rainbow log chart. I don't know. I mean, I've looked at it. And let me put it to you this way. The Bitcoin rainbow log chart. It reminds me of the Rainbow Road in Super Mario Kart. Remember Super Mario Kart with the Rainbow Road? That was a sweet-ass game, by the way. Super Nintendo, when Mario Kart first came out, that was a kick-ass game. My cousin and I and my brother used to play that game all the time. I'd be curious, drop a comment if you've played Mario Kart. Okay, now we're talking about rainbows, all right? Either we're talking about Lucky Charms or we're talking about Mario Kart. If you have played Super Mario Kart for the Super NES, I'm talking the original, not the N64 or whatever the hell else they came out with. I'm talking the original Super NES. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little older than you think. I grew up with that shit. So, if you played Super Mario Kart, who was your character? I will tell you my characters. Donkey Kong, I love Donkey Kong because the thing is, if you spun out, it would take you a while to gain momentum, but if you were going, you want the fastest. So I was between Donkey Kong and Toadstool. So drop here, who else you played in Super Mario Kart? There's got to be somebody else out there that played Super Mario Kart. For the love of God, someone please. Yeah, Brendan, real quick, since you hit on Quant, if you're looking to buy the dip, okay, if you're looking to buy the dip, anything in this area, I would say anything, if I'm getting really technical here, I would say anything between, let me help you out here. You're looking to buy the dip, right? Yeah. Ignore this as a red candle or a red line right now because that means resistance. I would say anything between 91 and 84. When and if we get a dip in Quant, which I would think 91 would actually be pretty likely, but anything between 91 and 84, I would be a big buyer. I'd be a big buyer of Quant, personally. Okay? Again, never financial advice. We're all big boys and girls. That's just my educated view. Let's get into H-bar. Again, this is really interesting. This is an RSI strategy if you look at it in the indicators. All it is an RSI, a simple RSI, with a moving average associated with it. You can kind of fiddle around with the settings on it, which I plan to. One of the interesting things on the weekly view is anytime we've gotten the purple line cross above the orange, this was a little bit of a fake out, but here, we've seen massive runs up in price. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see if we retest this trend line, this downward sloping trend line anytime soon. But let's just focus on the price action for H-bar. Now, the thing I like to see with H-bar is we've held this ascending line, as you can see, of support. We're kind of gravitating here. Look, the next big test, H-barbarians, okay, I'm a massive H-barbarian. The next test will be this descending line of resistance. And if you ask me what the price level would be, what I would say to you is it obviously depends on when we run up. Do we run up now and have a massive candle? Do we run up here? Do we run up here? Do we run up here? So it really just depends when we run up. But the first thing we want to look for is we want to look to clear the descending line of resistance. Now we have additional lines of resistance in between 15 and 21 cents. Maybe back test it as support and continue moving up, okay? Hope I'm not drawing any more inappropriate pictures as I'm drawing things like that one time. That will scar me forever when I drew that. Hey, look at this formation. Does anybody see this formation? Yeah, all right. I swear I did that without realizing I did it. But it's one of those news channel things that just happens. And you know what? You just, it'll happen and you go with it. So anyway, I have several areas of resistance drawn here. Let's actually take a look at one more thing with this. I don't want to go through this too fast. Let's look at the stochastic RSI. Okay, typically when the stochastic RSI is above 20, that's a good bullish indicator. We're well above 20 at this point. Actually, we're at a level where we've technically seen pullbacks. So it'll be interesting to see. It doesn't pan out all the time. But the stochastic RSI is very bullish at the moment. I'm looking at the descending line of resistance, and I'm looking at 15. Let's just focus on 15 to 21 cents as our first major areas of resistance here. Harmony 1, ignore the FUD. Let's ignore the RSI. Let's ignore the stochastic, which are all turning bullish. Let's just ignore that for the moment. Let's look at price action. Again, it's great to see that there has been, and really this should be, wow. I can't move that. Trading views being ridiculous. There we go. As you can see, we've held this ascending line of support, as you can see here, okay? So we got down here. And really what I want to see, there's really a key area that I want to see for Harmony 1 to reclaim, okay? By the way, ignore the FUD. Ignore the FUD with Harmony 1, okay? They've been doing a great job communicating things. I'm just looking at the chart and saying, yeah, this corrected with everything else in the market. It ran super hard and went from like a half a cent up to 40 cents, okay? And it's just massively corrected with the rest of the market. But there's also opportunity for mass appreciation. I am a whale holder of Harmony 1. Nothing has changed with that. I've just accumulated more ever since we've gone down, and I've been explicit about that. But I really want to see, this is a major area right here is 5 cents, 5 to 5.5 cents. I want to see price action push up here, consolidate, and then begin to battle 7 to 9.5 to 10 cents, okay? That's what I want to see. Again, the name of the game with all these altcoins, you want to create higher highs and higher lows, okay? We're going to go into mana, and then I'm going to shift gears and look at the total cryptocurrency space, and then get back to some of these altcoins and see what questions people have. Yeah, drop your questions here, by the way, if you want me to quick chart something on the weekly. Again, this is something I've charted out for Mana. Mana has been the best performer of the Holy Crypto Trinity. Okay, it has been the best of the three performers. In order, it's been Mana, then Harmony 1, then H-bar. Okay. This yellow box is the first area. Now that we've broken out of this ascending triangle, people will call this a bear flag, and they would actually be correct to say that we were in a bear flag. I didn't see it that way, though. I saw this as an ascending. Actually, this was not an ascending triangle. Excuse me. This was more of a take that back on a live stream. You gotta. This was an ascending triangle. Well, actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, we're gonna draw this out together. Actually, technically, this is an ascending triangle. I was speaking to the wrong formation, but now that I look at this, this is actually a... So you could look at this. Okay, so I thought I was wrong, but I am correct and had it drawn wrong. So you could look at this and say that it's a bear flag or bear pennant. And you know what? If you wanted to say that, hey, if you wanted to say here down to here, and then this shit right here, it's a bear pennant, we're going to drop lower, you would be correct. You'd be correct. I'm not going to argue with you, actually. You would be correct. But I would argue that the market has already bottomed. And so what you're actually getting here is more of an ascending triangle. I'm going to do it from the candle bodies here. Perfect. So this really is an ascending triangle. That's funny that I said the wrong formation and it actually ended up being correct. So what we have here is we have a base, right? So we have a base and then we have a low, and the base kind of gets up there and a higher low, and then the base and then a higher low. And eventually we keep hitting this resistance and it weakens and then we shoot up. Now, what I'm trying to graphically depict here, you like that? Graphically depict. What I'm trying to graphically depict is there's a resistance zone here between roughly $1.46 and $1.17, $1.18. So the first area, let's ignore technical targets. I would expect it to face some resistance right in there. And I'll give you one more area of resistance real quick to hone in on one. Again, this is a weekly view. It's always going to be a weekly view. I zoomed in on the 3-day, but we're going to go to a weekly view. The next major area of resistance, I would say, would be... Again, body, body, wicks, wicks, body, body, wick. I would say once we clear there, the next major area of resistance would be between $2 and $2.11, the way it looks here, $2.12. Okay, so that's mana. Now, before we get in, you can see we still want to take a look at Link, Uniswap, Digibyte, LRC, Graft, Ren, and Gala. But before we get into those, what I want to actually do, more importantly, you know that I have placed a great level of importance on the Bitcoin dominance chart. And then I think it's also important that we take a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap. Let me take a look at the questions, see if anybody... Hey, drop a comment. By the way, guys, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment. Okay, I can take a look at, hey, Brendan, I'll take a look at Iota. Okay, I haven't charted that one in a long time, if I've ever charted it. And I'll take a look at it for you. You're a smart man. H-bar is my biggest hold. You know what? Fundamentally, the chart's real good. It's been one of the strongest performers. It's also maintained its increase in market capitalization. And you're a smart man, in my opinion, for having that be your largest holding. Just my opinion. By the way, for all those Harmonauts out there, I want you to look down at your feet right now. What are you wearing on your feet? Right now, I'm barefoot. There's a lot of people with flip-flops on. They're flip-flopping. All right? Flip-flopping. I believe in the team. Let's all keep our shit together and be mature. They're communicating during a difficult time, and the chart looks pretty fucking good. So let's all keep our cool. Now, this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the video out there about 2 critical charts, this being one of them. I'm not going to go back over it. This is what I wanted to see, and it aligns with my primary hypothesis. Look at where the weekly close occurred. The weekly close, look, I'm pointing with my finger like you can see. I do this all the time. Look at the top of the screen and see where the low is. Now, you see all those numbers at the top, like middle of the screen? The low is at 40.94%, okay? But the close, okay, this is the most important figure. The close was at 41.22%. Well, that 41.22% is lower than the lowest low we had here, which was 41.27%. We have created a new all-time low. So for those people, okay, and I tweeted out about this and spoke to this, for those people who were saying we had a low here and a high and a higher low and a higher high, we were going to get a higher low and then continue building higher. Guess what? That's been negated, motherfuckers. All right? The crypto bull god is here to tell you that we have created a new lower low. Now, what does this mean? I hope I'm not being too loud for this microphone. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get very enthusiastic. I apologize. If you're irritated by my loud sounds, please hit the thumbs up button. Drop a comment and let me know. So I welcome constructive feedback. You know, they actually, in the work world, they don't call it constructive feedback. They like to call it... Can you relate to this, by the way, if you work the 9 to 5 and you're still grinding it out? I love my job. Don't get me wrong. They don't call it constructive feedback. I laugh about this with the people I manage. I joke around. I try to keep things real light at work. They don't call it constructive feedback. They call it opportunities for improvement, a.k.a. you suck at this and you need to get a lot better. But instead of telling you the truth, we're going to gently stroke your ego and stroke something else. And we're just going to tell you have an opportunity for improvement. Shit, you suck at this and you need to get a lot better. That's just like fucking man it up, and that's what's going on. So anyway, let's get back to the charts here. So, so the scenario I painted out here looks like it's going to occur. So what you really want to watch for on this weekly close, this is bullish for the overall market. You know, I had someone ask me a very good question on YouTube comments on my channel. And again, I encourage you guys to drop comments on my channel because I really appreciate the feedback and I appreciate questions you guys have, guys and girls, and I will interact with you to the extent possible, right? So someone said they were looking at, let's actually go back in time real quick. I had made a conclusion about this price movement, okay, down. And I said, well, it's bullish for, Bitcoin and altcoins and blah, blah, blah. And someone said, well, no. We moved up here, and it not invalidates what you were saying, but it goes against the grain of what you're saying. I'm not looking at small moves within the larger move. I'm talking about big macro moves, okay? Big macro moves, okay? It's the same thing that I'm speaking to here. I'm not saying, now that we've re-entered this bear pennant and bear flag, descending triangle, I'm not saying there can't be moves up and down in Bitcoin and altcoin that don't go contrary to what I'm saying in the short term. But what I'm saying is, you better believe that if we go down to our all-time low here, more than likely, based on history, altcoins are going to run a lot harder than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to run and altcoins are going to run. You better believe, no matter what happens here, it's not a straight line down. Whatever we do here, blah, 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 blah. If we go down, okay, and we create new all-time lows in Bitcoin dominance and get anywhere around 22.5%, you better believe we're going to see a mega alt season as Bitcoin also runs. That's all I'm trying to point out, big picture perspective. So it's very good on the weekly close for Bitcoin dominance. It's very good for us, whether you're a Bitcoin investor, an altcoin investor, or hopefully you're diversified and you own everything, or at least a mixture of Bitcoin and altcoins. It's very bullish for us overall to see that we've hit a new lower low here, because what it further validates, and we'll have to see price action pan out, what it further validates is what I was speaking to in my video, the two critical charts. When we have a price pattern and it temporarily invalidates, but re-enters the original price pattern, there's an extremely high likelihood that price pattern pans out. And that's what looks like what's going on. So let's wait to see if we hit this 39 to 40% level. If we get to here, you better fucking get the champagne bottles prepared over the coming months. Because again, I don't want to I'm not getting too exuberant here. Hear what I'm saying. I'm trying to create some enthusiasm here and get everybody excited about what I see in the charts, but let's be realistic. This, like I said in my video, will take months to pan out. Months, okay? But get the champagne bottles prepared, get the motherfucking champagne bottles prepared, because if we get down to 39 to 40% and we're hitting an area that's already been tapped so many times before, that motherfucker's getting weak and it's going to break. We're going to create new all-time lows more than likely in Bitcoin dominance, and we're going to have a massive run in the entire market, okay? Very good to see on the weekly close for Bitcoin dominance, a new all-time low relative to right here. Very bullish. This is the total entire cryptocurrency market cap, okay? Hey, Duncan, catch you later, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I know it's early for you, so I appreciate it, man. Thanks, DT. This is a trend line. Now, I created this trend line on a different time frame. I want to say it was like a 2-week. Yeah, so just so you guys think, maybe it was a month. I'm not like creating trend lines that are running through candle bodies, because that would be inappropriate. Yeah, so this is a 1 month or 2 month. The point is, let's go back to the weekly. I have some trend lines drawn here, and as you can see, we're respecting the trend line. Okay? Right now, we're respecting the trend line. Now, the major thing, and this is similar. Again, there's a common theme here. There's a descending line of resistance right here, right? So the first thing we need to see, and we also see a major area of resistance I've drawn here, right around 128 billion, okay? And we are sitting at 1.8 billion. 1.8 billion. We are sitting at 108 billion. 108 billion, okay? And, 108 trillion. Sorry, this is the entire crypto market cap. I promise you, I'm an actuary. I'm good with numbers. So we are sitting at 108 trillion. Wow. Jesus. This is a light beer, I promise you. Oh my God, 108 trillion. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it. Crypto just hit $108 trillion. Bitcoin really did go to $1 million. Oh my God. I'm sorry. That's horrible. This is what happens when you're on a live stream. Shit happens and you just got to go with it. No, we did not hit $108 trillion. We're at 1.08, okay? 1.08 trillion. And this line of resistance is at 1.28 trillion. Guys and girls, if we were at $108 trillion, I would not be doing this live stream. I would not be working. I would fucking buy an island, and I wouldn't be doing shit right now except working out and living on the beach and having drinks. That would be my life. Yeah, it actually sounds pretty nice. Like, get up, work out. You got your beautiful girl next to you. You know, that girl you love, you want to be with. That's the woman for you. You got her by your side. You go out to the beach. You know, you work out together because she likes to work out. You work out. You get your workout in. You go out to the beach. You have yourself a few drinks, and you're good to go for the rest of the day. You know, you cook up some fish. Maybe you got a dog, too, because I love dogs. So you got yourself a little dog. You're good to go. You know, maybe you have a kid. You know, you got the right girl. You want to have a kid, right? You want to have a family. So, you know, that sounds pretty good. So anyway, there's major resistance. The side tangents I go on sometimes. There's major resistance at $1.28 trillion. So you want to watch this, and you want to watch the descending line of resistance. But look, everything looks like a healthy recovery from here, and we're still on top of this trend line here. For everybody calling for $10,000 to $8,000 Bitcoin, I think the salty crowd has become way too salty. This is Total 2. Total 2. Total 2. So same sort of story, right? So this is the entire cryptocurrency market cap when you exclude Bitcoin. So it's looking at Ethereum and all of the other altcoins. It's the Italian in me. I make a lot of gestures when I do presentations. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing to note here, we have this ascending line of support. We have a descending line of resistance. You know, some people, just to educate you for a moment, help you out here, some people might start the line up here or whatever. I like drawing it here because you have a wick touch here, a wick touch here, a wick touch here, a wick touch here, wicks here. So the more confluence on the descending line, the more valuable it is to me. So that's how I have it drawn. But there's a major area of resistance at 702 billion, not 702 trillion. 702 billion, and then the descending line of resistance. But everything looks good for a recovery right now. I mean, we're looking very good. Let's try to keep the higher highs and higher lows. Now, the others, this just takes the same market cap, but it strips out Ethereum. Again, what is so concerning here? We haven't even back-tested. Look, we have not even back-tested our prior all-time highs from 2018. We still remained above that, okay? And we're moving up, and we have a descending line of resistance. So really, the descending line of resistance is coinciding with our resistance at 247 to 262 billion dollars. We are sitting right now for total others. This is the total market cap of cryptocurrencies excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. We are sitting at 150 billion, okay? And we're looking at major resistance between 247 to 260, which is nearly twice where we're at. Okay, not a lot of resistance up until that point. And there's also a descending line of resistance. This is what I mean. Like alts have the capability to run very hard right now. And this actually leads me into a really good transition. Let's look at LRC, actually, Loop Ring. I just tweeted this out. Now, there is a descending. Let's look at the weekly close. Things are looking great. MACD's curling up. RSI is pretty neutral. Stochastic RSI is very bullish. Look at this descending line of resistance. We just broke through, okay? Why do I have the area drawn up here, between, 95 cents and $1.35? $1.35 represents a major area of resistance. There's price confluence there. But the 50 simple moving average, now that we've broken below the simple moving average, it's going to represent an area of resistance. We're sitting at 47 cents right now on Loop Ring. This thing could easily double very quickly. It's a lower market cap to 97 cents to $1.35 pretty quickly. So keep an eye out for this one. We've broken resistance. It's looking great. We could backtest. You could see a wick, what would be very possible, and very likely, okay, and very bullish still, is we come down and backtest this descending line of resistance around 40 cents. Now, what you don't want to see is you don't want to see this candle body come in here and close below here. That would not be good. But if we wick all the way down here, who the hell cares? We've backtested and we're going to continue moving up. That's what that would tell me. So just keep an eye on Loop Ring. Let's get into a few other charts, and then I'm going to get into some questions. Hey, John, thanks for checking in, my friend. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way. You already know that. I'm sure you already did. But, John, thanks for checking in. Appreciate you're always here and providing support. Appreciate the feedback, really. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink's being one of those ones that's, it's funny because it hasn't been in the market for a long time, but it's still a longer-standing cryptocurrency project. Chainlink sometimes front runs the market, so it'll be interesting to see how it responds right now. But you can see it looks like we've clearly potentially bottomed out. I don't know why this is red. That should be green. That's an annoyance because green are areas of support and red areas are an area of resistance. Anyway, what's happened here is we've had a clear, lower highs, lower lows, right? But look what's happening. We've formed a base here and we've moved up. Now, what would be common? You can see this descending line of resistance. Maybe we backtest here, move up. But this is the general chart pattern we want to see. I mean, Chainlink is looking good. It's looking good. And the thing I like to see with Chainlink on the weekly is we've gotten above this $7 area. Okay, very bullish. We want to stay above the $7 area, and we want to begin to challenge. This is what I would look for. Challenge these major descending areas of resistance. Okay, that's what I want to see for Chainlink. Let's move on to Uniswap. I'm extremely bullish on Uniswap. Uniswap bottomed. Look at this shit. Bottomed at, oh my God. Wow. I did not buy Uniswap at $3.35. I can tell you that much, and I wish I did. $3.35. And we are now sitting at nearly $9. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about this descending. Again, let's go back to quant. What quant is doing is it's front running a lot of the altcoins, and it's showing us the way. It's showing us the path forward. Let's come up to this descending line of resistance. Let's break it. Let's back test it as support. Let's build that bullish structure. Higher highs and higher lows. And let's continue moving up and battle these areas of resistance, creating higher highs and higher lows, okay? Quant is showing us the way. Uniswap, okay? I want you to remember me saying this, okay? A couple weeks out from now. Uniswap, I anticipate doing the exact same thing as quant. So this is my anticipation. We come up here, we face some resistance around 14 to 13. Maybe we come down near these levels and back test. Maybe we come down to $9, $10, and we're going to continue churning higher. Come back to this stream and let me know if I was correct. So Uniswap looks very healthy. Digibyte. To all my Digibulls out there, this is an OG coin. I'm going to put out a video on OG coins. I'm going to cover Dash, Zcash, Litecoin, XRP, XLM, Digibyte. I'm going to cover all these older coins and talk about, truthfully, Bitcoin Cash. I'm going to talk about their market structure and what I see. Some of them look pretty shitty, and other ones, like Digibyte, actually look very promising. There is a major, this is weekly again, look at these orange circles, major areas of support, ascending lines of support being held here, okay? I've drawn an arrow of what I anticipate. I think 60 cents, 50, 60 cents, 40 to 60 cents is very likely. Look at chart pattern recognition. Do you see? I just want you to stare at this chart and see if this is, these are like kindergarten skills, I feel like. Okay? This has been hugging the line here. Let's look at the price indicators. This RSI, I actually tweaked these to a 23 versus a 14 reading. You can see anytime we've historically gotten above here, it's coincided with large moves up. Here. We temporarily, they were like small moves up. So let's see what happens here. It looks like we're going to cross, but Digibyte's looking very healthy. It's looking very healthy. I own a lot of Digibyte. Loopring, we went through the graft. Again, the graft, some of these that I'm going through, I'm going to go through the graft, Ren, Gala, and Loopring I already went through. These are shorter-term swing trade plays because they've been so oversold. There's so much bullish momentum. If you look at the RSI, there's bullish divergence. I think a lot of this bullish divergence when I went on smaller time frames, like the 3-day, price is going down, okay? Price is going down, but the RSI is going up. There's bullish divergence. All these charts are showing that. I'm not going to show that on all these charts here. Just keep that in mind as we're moving forward. This is a weekly view on the graph. This thing is heavily oversold. And I'll give you my honest thoughts on it. So this is a major area, my major first area we've cleared. Let's get off this price indicator. We cleared this descending area of resistance here. We cleared here. Now we're going to battle this zone right here. Now, once we clear that, I am targeting 30 cents to about 33 cents is my next major area of resistance, okay, based on prior confluence going back here too, over here. So this golden zone is what I'm targeting. This has a low enough market cap that the graph could move, say, from 13 or 15 cents all the way up to 30 cents very quickly. It could double very quickly. So this to me is a shorter term. I'll be very transparent with you. I do not have any current plans of holding the graft for a long-term investment. The graft is what I would call a shorter-term swing play that I hope to turn around for a big profit and put it into other projects that I more heavily believe in. But there is, I've read up a lot on the graph. There is a lot of promise behind the project, but this thing has come down tremendously. in value and created all-time lows here. So I'm looking more as a swing term trade. But this thing is looking very promising for a breakout. The first thing you want to look for is and again, this descending line of resistance was drawn on a smaller time frame. Breakout above the descending line of resistance right here and look for 30 to 33 cents to happen really quickly once that happens, in my opinion. Ren, this thing is, in my opinion, this thing is way overdue for a huge bounce. This is a very low market cap, around in the 140s or 160s. Again, major areas. Look at these major areas of descending resistance up here, okay? Resistance. Okay, so we have some. So this is an ascending triangle. That's what I have drawn here. Okay, and I'm expecting a breakout anywhere into here based on the technical target and the descending line of resistance. That puts us up anywhere between around, I don't know, 25 to 35 cents. Okay, these things can double very quickly. They're small market caps, but weekly close looking great. Big green candle, ascending line of support. It's looking good. Gala is another big swing trade play that I have in mind. A gaming crypto asset here. Again, we had sort of a falling wedge action that broke out. I have a major, look at all these touches. A major area of descending resistance here. And there's all these red resistance lines. Really what I'm looking for Gala for my swing trade play to play out, I'm looking to get right up in between 10 to 13 cents. And we're sitting at 6. Again, another one that can double pretty quickly. But the weekly close looks great. We had a hammer candle here, a nice green candle. And currently we're printing green. So I'll have to see how this one plays out. That's all I had prepared. I am going to old school video, OG video. I'm not sure what you, John, I'm not sure what you meant. Oh, no, wait, let me see what you said. Really excited for the old school coins. Your crypto, holy crypto trinity is what first got me hooked. Yeah, I'll speak to XLM. I'll follow up on that, John. Thanks for the feedback. So let me see. Is there anything else that I can chart for you guys? This really covers it for the weekly close. We're hitting up against 9 o'clock here. CBG typically gets up pretty early, goes to bed pretty early, so not planning on staying up super late here. He likes to weight train in the morning. It creates a sense of balance in his life. Why am I speaking in third person? I like to weight train, and I like to get up early and do that. So, not sure what the hell was going on there earlier. There was a question on Iota. Yeah, chart Iota. So I'll take a look. Let's get out of all these charts. There's too many damn charts up here. Keep Digibyte up. I didn't want to close out a Uniswap. Whatever. Someone else asked me a question on another chart too. I got to pull that up. I said I would chart it. So, all right, so the question is on Iota. So we are going to look at Iota on a weekly time frame because that's what we're doing with all of these charts. Doesn't look too bad. Okay. It's gone above the 10. That's worthless. All right, so this is Iota on the weekly. I'm curious, where did this bottom at? Okay. Well, let's look at area. First off, let's draw the obvious. Okay. Sort of have an ascending line of support there. Okay. Got a wick. Okay. Now, let's look for where we could get rejected. Well, the 50 simple moving average, again, now that we've broken below a key moving average, that's going to act as an area of resistance. It's around 86 cents. Currently, price is sitting at 34 cents. Let's get the price up here. So 34 cents, okay. Major areas of resistance. Excuse me, you can see I'm getting tired. I do not stay up late. CBG is not a late night person. I lift things up and put them down. So understand, when you draw areas of resistance and support, you're not supposed to draw through candle bodies. So for instance, you're going to look here and say, wait a second, that's not a proper... Look, you're drawing through these candle bodies here. Look at this. Oh, it hit the candle. Okay, it's first off, it's not exact. We could switch time frames and it would look a little bit different. But I'm looking for price confluence. There's a lot of wicks in the areas that I'm drawing at, and a lot of candle body closes and opens where I am charting at. So I find it to be very valid. And again, these are very volatile assets in their zones, right? So this is giving you a really good level. Anyone who's charting for you and says you got to buy at $33.22 or, 85.63 cents is being disingenuous with you, okay? Nothing is that exact. I'm giving you good areas of price confluence here. So what I would look for, oh, that's another one. Got to draw that out. That's an obvious one. Right around there. So what I would look for is for Iota. Yeah, you could argue here. Again, this is about splitting hairs. So what I would argue for Iota is as we begin to move up here, maybe a little bit of an ascending triangle. What do I mean by that? Well, price is sort of, now that we got down here, it's sort of, right? First area of resistance, again, we're at 34 cents. First area of resistance is at 44.4 cents. Next area is at 56. Next area is right around the 50 simple moving average, which is at 85 cents, but I'm looking at 95 cents, so this whole area right here. Although the 50 moving average is going to continue to come down as long as price level remains lower, right? So what's going to happen is as long as price is low, these moving averages are going to continue to print lower, okay? But those are the key price levels I would look for. Thanks for the question on Iota. Are there any more questions on weekly charts? I thought there was one other. Oh, there was. My one good buddy here. Let's see. There was one other chart I wanted to take a look at with you. If you want to hang around for one more chart, I don't think there's any more questions. Hey, you're welcome. I'm very much appreciate it, Brendan. Thank you for tuning in. There was one other question. Shit. And I want to get to that. We'll take a look at it together, and then I'm going to sign off. You know what? Can everybody hear this? This shit was hilarious. Can you guys hear this? This is hilarious.
You motherfuckers doubted me. You thought, nah, he's gonna be wrong. We're going up only to the moon. To the goddamn moon. Now what? Now what, motherfuckers? Now we're all crying. Yeah, tears. Silence. All the balls are quiet. Oh, don't worry, guys. It's going up. Oh, it's gone down another 5K. Hey, yo, we ain't done. You think this is it? This is just the beginning, boys and girls. Oh, we going lower. I called for 30K. We getting 30K. I call in for 29. We getting 29. I'm calling for 28K. I'm getting 28K. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the bear market. I hope you're enjoying it because goddamn, it is red. Damn. I told you, man, I was bearish on this bitch. I was bearish. I was like, nah, man, this ain't it. This ain't it. This I can tell. Look at UST. That shit is fucked. Luna's crying, bro. It's down 20+%. Luna, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I know. A bear market. I was bearish. Now look. Now look.
All right. So that shit, I thought that was hilarious. And I actually saw that live when it happened. And because even though it's not fun to see your investments correct by the amount they did, I'm right there with you. I'm still in the rat race with you. I found a lot of humor in that because I still have a lot of conviction about the market, and maybe it was just his laugh. So I thought that was hysterical when I watched it. There was one other chart I wanted to get to. I could rewatch that 20 times. That was so funny. Yep, here we go. This is my buddy Len Wembo. RSR. So this is for you. Are you here, by the way? Randy, you here? Randy? I'm going to call you Randy, my friend. Randy, you here? Because, I mean, you're asking me to chart this shit. You better be here, brother. Drop a comment if you're here. If you're not here, I'm going to be a little salty about that. No, you know what? Everybody's got a life. Not everyone can tune in on a Sunday at like 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, I'm realistic. This is a weekly view on RSR. This is my buddy over here, Len Wambo, who asked me to chart this. So we're going to take a look at it. Not a lot of price data. Again, everything is on the weekly view, so I'm not going to zoom out on this thing. That's the premise of this live stream. So I'll draw a few descending lines of resistance. So, get this 50 off. It's pretty worthless. Yeah, it's worthless. This is going to be worthless. Indicators, is there any bullish RSI or anything? I'll go to the 3-day real quick. There's bullish RSI on like every altcoin chart. Not so much here. All right, let's go back to the weekly. So, Randy, what I would say about this chart is, first off, it's very evident based on a lot of the other charts that I had shared. Thank you for everyone new tuning in. This is getting towards the end of the live stream, but end of the what? End of the live stream, but hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up button. We want to break, one of the things we want to watch is obviously to break the descending lines of support, right? So descending lines of resistance, okay? But one of the encouraging things, like many of the other projects, again, anytime we can create an ascending line of support that has more price confluence with it, more touches, meaning it's more valuable. So we sort of we're increasing in price, and now we're getting to a point where we're running into this descending line of resistance right here. We want to see that break. So now the question is, all right, CBG, you've drawn these descending lines of resistance out. What other areas of price confluence can we expect to run into? Wow, it is getting late. I can tell I'm getting tired. Let's take a look here. That's a roundabout area. How did I come up with this? No, wait, I'm going to actually, real quick, this is going to be the last chart I look at. No pain, no gain. This is going to be the last chart I look at. I'm actually going to explain how I'm drawing these price areas. A lot of the times when you tune into channels, they don't really explain to you why they're drawing the areas of price confluence they're drawing. I'm just going to keep it stupid simple and draw these two areas, okay? How did I draw these price levels? I want everyone to learn something from this, okay? Let's zoom back here. This candle body rests on here. There's a wick here. There's a wick, candle body, wick, candle body, a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick. You see all this confluence? Look at this. Doesn't this just look like a picture, like a beautiful novel or some sort of picture you would find in a museum? Look. Wick, 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 wick. Candle body just about, candle body, candle body. So there's so much price confluence, around 17 cents. So once we break out of the descending line of resistance, Randy, we're going to watch 17 cents. Then we run into another key level of descending resistance, and there's another area of resistance around around 2.75 cents that you're going to want to watch for. And again, how did I come up with that? Wick, candle body just about. Again, price zones not exact. Wick, body, wick. Okay, so there's all these areas of price confluence. Wick, body. Okay, so that's how I quickly draw that out. So Randy, the long and short is, hopefully everybody learns something about how to draw areas of resistance and support. For the last chart of the evening, before I clean up my kitchen and call it a night, we want to look at the descending line of resistance. We want to look at 1.7 cents, descending line of resistance, and about 2.75 cents. Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Monday, the best day of the week. I'm going to doing a little chest flies tomorrow morning, some oblique work. I hope you're starting your morning off, or a little shoulder work too. I hope you're starting your morning off well. I hope you guys get off to a good start tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. This will be something that I'm going to put together as often as I can on a weekly close. So if you appreciated the content, please like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and until next time, spread awareness and carry the education forward. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you.